Night Court begins as a sitcom filled with laughter inside a chaotic Manhattan courtroom, where everything unfolds in a playful, comedic rhythm. But behind those familiar faces lie surprising traces of real life. One passed away from a stroke at 65, another kept working while battling cancer, and some roles were even rewritten due to real-life loss during production. What looks like a comedy built for laughs slowly reveals something far more human behind the stage lights. Harry Anderson. For 9 seasons, Night Court turned a Manhattan courtroom into the most chaotic place on American television, with Harry Anderson at its center.
Thanks, sorry I don't tip. Besides, how do I know you're not the type to...
He was a real working magician who stumbled into television almost by accident. And that offbeat energy made Judge Harry Stone unlike anything else on primetime at the time. Across 193 episodes, he remained the irreplaceable center of the entire show and one of its most beloved faces. In his personal life, he had 2 marriages that marked different chapters. His first marriage to Leslie Pollock lasted from 1977 to 1999 and produced 2 children, a long relationship that ran alongside his early career. Later, he began a second chapter with Elizabeth Morgan in 2000, which continued until the end of his life. Away from the set, he was deeply devoted to New Orleans, where he lived for many years, performed magic, and owned a nightclub tied to his passion for performance and illusion. Eventually, he moved to North Carolina, but that identity never left him. Harry Anderson passed away on April 16, 2018, at 65 years old from a stroke, a loss deeply felt by the Night Court community. His Judge Harry Stone remains one of television's most memorable judges, blending humor, magic, and humanity at the heart of the series.
Sure you are. Spent lifetimes fruitlessly trying to develop.
Selma Diamond. For decades before Night Court, Selma Diamond had already built a reputation as a pioneering comedy writer and performer, working in an era when women behind the scenes in television were rare.
Ever pull any stunt like that again while I'm around.
At 63, when the series began, she brought that lifetime of experience into the role of Selma Hacker, the gruff, gravel-voiced bailiff whose deadpan delivery made every line feel effortless and sharply funny. Across her 36 episodes, she became a distinctive part of the show's early identity, turning even simple reactions into memorable comedic moments. Her character reflected the same resilience she carried in real life. Selma Diamond had spent years writing jokes for major names in entertainment and navigating an industry that often overlooked women in creative roles. She never married and often joked that her career left no room for it, though that line carried more truth than humor. During the show's second season, she was diagnosed with lung cancer, yet continued working through it with remarkable professionalism, earning deep respect from her castmates. Selma Diamond passed away on May 13, 1985, at the age of 64. Her death was written directly into the storyline of Night Court, marking one of the earliest and most emotional losses the series experienced, and leaving behind a legacy defined by wit, endurance, and quiet influence on television comedy.
Kid. I'll get Bull to drive you home.
Markie Post. When Markie Post joined Night Court at age 34 in 1985, she stepped into the role of Christine Sullivan, a public defender who quickly became the emotional and moral center of the series.
It's not what I believe. It's what I am. What I've always been.
Across 159 episodes, she balanced the courtroom's chaos with warmth, intelligence, and steady presence, grounding the show's more absurd moments. Her chemistry with John Larroquette's Dan Fielding became one of the most memorable will-they-won't-they dynamics in 1980s television, keeping audiences invested over many seasons. In real life, Markie Post had already built a strong foundation in the industry, having married writer and actor Michael A. Ross in 1982, shortly before joining Night Court. Their marriage lasted for 39 years, and together they raised 2 daughters while maintaining a stable family life alongside demanding careers in entertainment. She remained deeply respected for her consistency and professionalism both on and off screen, with Christine Sullivan becoming one of her defining roles. Markie Post passed away on August 7, 2021, at the age of 70 after a long private battle with cancer. Her loss came just weeks after Charles Robinson's passing, marking a difficult period for the Night Court family and its fans. A veteran of the Actors Studio with strong dramatic training, he gave Mac a quiet depth that turned what could have been a purely functional supporting role into a grounded, human center within the courtroom's chaos. His performance helped balance the show's more exaggerated comedic energy, making the ensemble feel more complete and lived in. In his personal life, Robinson was married 3 times, to Arvis Robinson, then Venus Duran, and finally, Dorita Noonan Robinson, with whom he remained from 1996 until his death. Across these relationships, he had 4 children, building a full personal life alongside a long and consistent acting career. He remained a dependable presence throughout the series, and his work on Night Court became one of his most recognized achievements. Charles Robinson passed away on July 11, 2021 at the age of 75 due to cardiac arrest and complications from septic shock and metastatic adenocarcinoma. His passing came just weeks after Markie Post's death, marking a deeply sorrowful period for the Night Court family and its fans.
Okay, 1914.
1914, 19 plus.
I've been accepted to film school, Harry. I want to make movies. I can't deny it.
Marsha Warfield. When Marsha Warfield joined Night Court in 1986 at age 32, she stepped into the role of Roz Russell, a bailiff with sharp instincts, strong presence, and a no-nonsense attitude that quickly made her stand out in the ensemble.
My Auntie Ruth made me learn when I was a teenager. She thought it was the only way to get a man.
Across her 136 episodes, she made the character fully her own, bringing a direct, grounded energy that balanced the courtroom's more chaotic personalities. Her timing, confidence, and stand-up comedy background gave Roz a credibility and rhythm that felt natural and distinct, turning her into one of the show's most memorable later additions. Before Night Court, Warfield had already built a solid career in stand-up comedy, which shaped her performance style and helped define Roz's voice and attitude. That foundation allowed her to bring both humor and authority to the role, making the character feel authentic within the show's eccentric world. In her personal life, she came out publicly as gay in 2017, revealing that she had stayed in the closet for years to protect her mother. It was a decision rooted in love rather than shame, and one she spoke about with honesty and openness later in life. Now 72 years old in 2026, she is remembered not only for her work on Night Court, but also for her candid voice and lasting impact on comedy and representation.
Well, you could still go to the bar with one good leg.
And dance.
Oh, sure. You'd be amazed at how many guys in the drunk tank just love.
Florence Hallop. When Florence Hallop joined Night Court in 1985 at age 62, she stepped into the role of Florence Kleiner, replacing Selma Diamond and bringing a sharper, more streetwise energy to the bailiff position.
Monday, 0900 hours.
With decades of experience behind her, her delivery felt natural and lived in, shaped by a career that stretched across radio, stage, and early television. Across her time on the show, she gave the character a distinct personality, balancing humor with a no-nonsense presence that fit the courtroom's chaotic rhythm. Her background was unusually rich, having started as a child actress in the 1930s and later working in radio during the 1940s before returning to television much later in life. That long path through entertainment gave her performance a sense of authenticity and timing that came from experience rather than design. In her personal life, she was married to George Gruskin from 1948. Until his death in 1976, and together they had 2 daughters. Florence Hallop passed away on July 15, 1986, at the age of 63 from lung cancer, the same illness that had taken Selma Diamond earlier in the series. Her passing deepened the sense of tragedy surrounding the bailiff role on Night Court, leaving behind a brief but memorable contribution to the show's early identity.
I knew what he wanted. And I've seen bloodshed. I've seen man's inhumanity to man.
John Larroquette. When Night Court premiered, John Larroquette was 36 years old and took on the role of Dan Fielding, a self-serving, woman-chasing prosecutor who became one of television's most iconic comic characters. Through sheer commitment and razor-sharp timing, he turned what could have been a simple caricature into a layered comedic force, dominating scenes with shameless energy and precision. His performance across the series earned him 4 consecutive Emmy Awards, making Dan Fielding one of the most awarded comedic roles in television history. Behind the character, Larroquette's real life stood in sharp contrast to Dan's chaotic personality. He has been married to Elizabeth Cookin since 1975, a relationship lasting over 5 decades, and together they raised 3 children. Away from the screen, he has also been open about his past struggle with alcoholism, maintaining over 40 years of sobriety, and speaking about it with honesty and clarity, becoming a respected voice on recovery in the industry. Now 78 years old in 2026, Larroquette's legacy is defined not only by his work on Night Court, but also by the stability and discipline he built off-screen. Dan Fielding remains one of television's most recognizable comedic figures, a character whose outrageous confidence and humor helped define the tone of the entire series.
I'm Gary Fenton from the Mayor's Committee. We're here to swear you in.
Richard Mall. When Night Court began, Richard Mall was 41 years old and stepped into the role of Bull Shannon, the towering bailiff whose 6 feet 8 inches frame and shaved head made him one of the most instantly recognizable figures in American sitcom history.
How do you like the bailiff bull grip?
Across all 193 episodes, he played Bull as a gentle giant, a character defined by innocence, warmth, and an almost childlike sincerity that contrasted sharply with his intimidating appearance. That balance made him one of the most beloved presences in the courtroom ensemble, turning simple moments into heartfelt comedy. In his personal life, Mall was married twice, first to Laura Klass from 1988 to 1992, and later to Susan Brown from 1993 to 2005, with whom he had 2 children. Outside of Night Court, he built a steady career as a prolific voice actor, working across numerous animated series and projects, a side of his career many casual viewers never fully recognized. He eventually stepped away from the spotlight with the same quiet gentleness that defined Bull Shannon. Richard Mall passed away on October 26, 2023, at the age of 80, marking one of the more recent losses among the Night Court cast. His portrayal of Bull remains a defining part of the show's identity, remembered for its humor, heart, and unexpected softness beneath the imposing exterior. So, if this brings back any memorable moments for you, please hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Who is the person that has changed the most in your memory? Charles Robinson. When Charles Robinson joined Night Court at age 38, he brought a calm, steady presence to the role of Mac Robinson, the court clerk who appeared across 180 episodes.
That's right. Long way to get there, but you made it.
Brent Spiner. When Brent Spiner appeared on Night Court between 1985 and 1987 at age 36, he played Bob Wheeler, a hilariously unlucky man who repeatedly found himself caught in the chaos of the Manhattan court system.
Just take us right to the gas chamber. We don't care.
Across his 7 episodes, he delivered a performance built on physical comedy, timing, and expressive reactions, showcasing a very different side of his range compared to the role he would later become famous for. Even in these brief appearances, he left a strong impression as a character defined by constant misfortune and escalating absurd situations. At the time, Bob Wheeler served as a showcase for Spiner's comedic abilities before his career took a major turn just a few years later. After his final appearance on Night Court, he would go on to achieve global recognition through Star Trek: The Next Generation, which transformed him into an international television icon. In his personal life, Spiner married Laurie McBride in 2001, and they have one son together named Jackson. Away from the screen, he has often expressed genuine appreciation for his earlier work, and his connection to Night Court remained meaningful enough that he later returned to reprise Bob Wheeler in the 2023 revival series, introducing the character to a new generation of viewers.
They found one of the axles and a lamp on top of a laundromat in the next town. Boy, talk about your gloomy gusses.
Karen Austin. When Night Court first premiered in 1984, Karen Austin was 28 years old and played Lana Wagner, the court clerk during the show's opening season. Across 14 episodes, she brought a warm, natural likability to the role, helping establish the tone of the series in its earliest stage. Her presence gave the courtroom a grounded human energy before the ensemble fully expanded, making her departure after just 1 season noticeable to early viewers. Her exit from the show became one of the more talked about behind-the-scenes mysteries of that period. Austin stated she was let go after being diagnosed with Bell's palsy, a condition that caused facial paralysis, which producers reportedly felt affected her on-camera performance. However, an alternative account from a set comedian claimed her removal followed a violent altercation with Harry Anderson, leaving 2 conflicting stories that were never officially confirmed or denied. In her personal life, she had been married to Chris Slava from 1975 to 1982, a chapter that ended before her time on Night Court. After leaving the series, she continued her life outside the spotlight, remaining associated with one of the more unresolved early production stories in the show's history. Mel Torme. When Night Court began in 1984, Mel Torme was 58 years old and appeared on the show as himself, bringing the presence of one of the most distinctive voices in American music into the Manhattan courtroom. Known as the Velvet Fog, he made multiple recurring appearances across the series, blending naturally into the show's eccentric tone. His musical identity and smooth performance style gave each appearance a unique charm, turning his role into something that felt both real and slightly surreal within the sitcom world. The connection between Torme and Night Court was not purely scripted. Harry Anderson was a genuine admirer of his work, and that real-life appreciation carried into their on-screen interactions, giving their dynamic an authenticity that could not be manufactured. Torme himself later acknowledged that the show introduced his music to a younger audience, effectively giving his career renewed visibility during that period. In his personal life, he was married 4 times, first to Candy Toxton, then Arlene Miles, followed by Jeanette Scott, and finally to Ali Severson, who remained with him until his passing. Mel Torme died on June 5, 1999 at the age of 73 from complications following a stroke, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most influential vocalists of his era.
Gotta go. Ciao. Hiya, hair. Can't stay long. Listen, I was rummaging through my rumpus room. I ran across...
And when the laughter fades, Night Court becomes more than just a sitcom. Behind the jokes were real lives, real struggles, and moments time eventually caught up with. Some stories ended too soon. Some still live on in memory. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. What do you think hit the hardest in Night Court?